A lot of it already discussed very much by both sides,
You'll ask him.
Ukraine and Russia.
Following fruitful discussions between the U.S. and Russian officials in Moscow, American President Donald J. Trump announced his intention to meet with Russian President Vladimir V. Putin on Tuesday to discuss ending the long-standing conflict in Ukraine, and land and power plants too. According to Trump aboard Air Force One as he returned late from Florida to the Washington region, "We want to see if we can bring that war to an end. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but I think we've a very good opportunity," he continued.
I'll be speaking to President Putin on Tuesday, and a lot of work's been done over the weekend. We want to see if we can bring that war to an end. Maybe we can, maybe we can't, but I think we have a very good chance.
With Russia getting closer to expelling Ukrainian soldiers from their months-old stronghold in the western Russian region of Kursk, and both sides continuing to trade heavy aircraft strikes through the weekend, Trump is attempting to gain Putin's backing for a 30-day truce proposal that Ukraine approved last week. With cautious optimism that a deal could be reached to end the three-year conflict, the Kremlin said Friday that Putin had communicated his ceasefire plan to Trump through U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff, who held talks in Moscow. Witkoff, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Trump's national security advisor Mike Waltz all stressed in separate appearances on Sunday TV shows in the United States that more issues needed to be resolved before Russia consents to a ceasefire, let alone a definitive peaceful end to the conflict. Are we going to drive every Russian off of every inch of Ukrainian soil? Waltz responded on ABC when asked if Washington would accept a peace agreement that would enable Putin forces to retain areas of eastern Ukraine that it has occupied.
So Russia could be given the Donbass in addition to hanging on to Crimea, even though they invaded Ukraine. Quickly, if you can, please.
Martha, we have to ask ourselves, is it in our national interest? Is it realistic? We've talked to the Europeans about this and the Ukrainians. Are we going to drive every Russian off of every inch of Ukrainian soil, including Crimea?
An ultimate peace agreement, Rubio said CBS, would involve a lot of hard work, concessions from both Russia and Ukraine, and that even starting those talks would be challenging as long as they're shooting at each other.
As long as they're shooting at each other. And so the president wants a ceasefire, and that's what we're working on. Assuming we can get that done, and that won't be easy in and of itself, we move to the second phase, which is negotiating something more enduring and permanent. That will be hard. It will involve a lot of hard work, concessions from both sides, but it has to happen. This war cannot continue. The president has been clear about that, and he's doing everything he can to bring it to an end.
In comments released on Monday, a Russian deputy foreign minister stated that Russia will look for ironclad security assurances in any peace agreement that Kyiv will not be admitted to NATO and that Ukraine will maintain its neutrality.